Hey YouTube, it's Aiden here. Sorry if I'm talking a little low. You might want to turn off your speakers. I got a sick wife in the other room, but I'm making this video because ever since I let you guys know that I am scheduled for top surgery, people have been wondering why I chose double incision over keyhole. So uh, pretty much you guys have probably seen all my pictures and stuff. I'm pretty small chested. Um, but I decided to go with double incision a couple of reasons. The first reason is that unfortunately the last few keyhole procedures I've seen um, on the internet and looking around, they just weren't up to my standards, I guess. And also I know that a lot of times if you have a lot of loose skin, which I personally do, um, it won't always contract back all the way, and it will kind of leave you with like a little loose skin at the bottom of your chest, um, which I do not want. And I know that me personally, I have a lot of loose skin, so I don't want to take that chance. Um, Another reason I chose double incision is my nipples are really large. Um, they're pretty big, and if you get keyhole, they can change your nipple size. They can't change the placement, or at least that's what my research has shown me is that they can't really change the placement, but they could change the size. Um, but that's usually in a revision. So overall the cost sometimes can equal out to the same amount as a double incision or a little bit more because now you're going for two surgeries and you have to wait a little longer. You can't get your second revision and your first revision until like after 6 months or something. So I think Keyhole is really good. I think that if you have the body for it, if you don't have a lot of loose skin, if your nipples are in the right spot because they will stay in that spot, if you have small nipples to begin with, it really depends on the person. I personally don't think that someone who has a C cup should really be getting keyhole because I just think that there's so much excess skin. It's not going to look as well as some people who have extremely small chests. I know some guys who have really nothing uh, besides just this little bit of fat just kind of hanging at the bottom of their pec muscle, and I think those are the type of people who are best for keyhole. But again, it's really a personal thing. I've also seen guys who have, you know, a little, a bit, slightly smaller than mine that have really good results. So, it depends on the doctor and it depends on your nipple placement. It depends on your size of your nipples. It depends on the elasticity of your skin. There's just a lot of different factors. And I think that a lot of guys go straight for keyhole because there's no scars. Why wouldn't you want no scars? But personally, it attracted me for a while. I always wanted double incision. And then I just kept seeing these guys with keyhole, kept seeing keyhole, kept seeing keyhole, and thinking like, excuse me, like why wouldn't you want keyhole? There's no scars. Nobody can tell. But I've been working so hard. I really want that aesthetically pleasing muscular pec. And I think with the breast size that I do have, which is very small. I mean, even Dr. Garamoni said I have very small breasts, but at the same time, he personally didn't think I was. I asked him his personal opinion, and I always thought I was a little too big, and my nipples are just so large that it would look weird. Um, and he said, him personally, he wouldn't do keyhole on me. And not I mean he didn't say this. He said he wouldn't do keyhole, but he didn't say this, but it's not necessarily meaning that if I went to a doctor who specializes in that, they couldn't give me a really good result. It's just, the money and, the time and the chances. It's just such higher chances. Because if you guys don't know how Keyhole is done, what they actually do is, okay, here, just because I have this in front of me. Okay, so if this inside is the nipple, okay, they cut in here. Okay, and there's another little spot that they put the drain in, but they cut under here. And they kind of lift it up a little bit, but without detaching it from the nerve. So they kind of lift it up. And they go in there and they kind of melt all the breast tissue. Okay, and they suck it out. Or, well, they melt the fat, suck it out, and then they take the breast tissue, which is thicker than fat, and they have to go in and cut it. Okay, when they cut it, then they have to go in with some type of heated material. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but they go in with like a heat gun, I'll just call it that, and they close up all your blood vessels and all. They close it all up so that there's not hemoglobins or anything all over the place, which sometimes, the chances are semi high because you can't see inside of this little half cut. Um, so, that's another reason why they can't change the nipple the first time. Um, I forget where I was going with this, but either way, personally, I just know I'm not a candidate. I'm not saying that a good doctor couldn't do a good job on me. I just, you know, I just waited so long, and I think that Dr. Garamoni is really good at what he does do, and I plan on, you know, um, working out and building my chest already. This surgery was my main point to build muscle in my chest and everything, and I think after it's going to be even more incentive to continue building my muscle because hopefully, with the muscle structure that I have now, Dr. Garmoni will know exactly where to put the lines, the incision marks, so that it will curve underneath my pec muscle as time progresses. I mean, it is what it is. I'm a transgender guy, and if I have to have scars, then you know that's just something I'll have to deal with and mentally help my emotional side and get over that factor and also do everything I can to reduce the size and the color and all that. Just work really hard on that. And personally, I just think it's a personal decision. But a lot of guys have been asking me why I didn't go. And to you guys, you don't ever get to see my actual, you know, chest. You only see the top or the side, or the middle, and it looks like less than it really is because you're not seeing the whole thing. If I just wore a tank top, you would be able to tell. Uh, Now, if I'm not wearing anything right now, but I mean, that's because it's like cover up and you can't really tell. But it's not all that small. I've seen a lot smaller guys. So yeah, that's my reason. Sorry if this is super low, by the way. All right, guys. Peace.